back to my channel. It's your boy D Dyson, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And I got to check it out last night and just have to really start by saying it was convoluted as anyone could imagine. And the fact that, but it was solid, but it was just very convoluted. Only because you have so many different characters that you're just, And from my understanding, I see that Ivan Reitman had a writing credit in it, as long as, also with Harold Ramis, as it was based off of, Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. It was directed by Gil Keenan, so it was somebody different from Ivan Reitman. So you can tell that it was nostalgia bait in it, but it was so many characters where it was just so convoluted. I love to see Ernie Hudson back in as Winston Zeddemore. Starting off is just the fact that he's, like I said in the last movie, like he's like really big time. So he keeps the firehouse as a place where that's where the ghost, the original ghost that they kept in there, they're keeping in there. But he also has a different branch and a different wing of, hey, it's science here that we're doing as well. We have another lab that we're trying to extract ghosts from haunted objects and stuff like that. So I like that aspect. But it was just a lot of different characters on here. But in this one, the forefront was Egon's granddaughter, and it really honed in on her, especially playing with this ghost that was kind of like her age. But the ghost is like, hey, I need to set Ganaka or something like that, like set him free so I can get to the other side to go so I can see my family. So that was kind of like the main plot. And then you have Paul Rudd and their mom, and it's kind of like, yeah, we're the Spanglers. And he was trying to, Paul Rudd is trying to grapple with the aspect of, I knew I was your science teacher, now I'm a friend. I don't know if I'm, call me your stepdad, your dad, and then that kind of paid off in the end. With Dan Aykroyd, with Ray Stantz, I love the fact that you had a lot more of what Ray Stantz, because he loves the paranormal. And Dan Aykroyd loves the paranormal in real life. So it was like to actually see him just really hone in on the paranormal and do what he does as Ray Stantz. I really liked that and I enjoyed it. Only because you don't really see Dan Aykroyd anymore in movies. So that's the cool thing about watching that. When it came to Bill Murray had that 10-minute runtime, screen time, where he just showed up for a couple days, finished it, done. I'm over here. And it sucks that it's like that he's like that with the Ghostbusters franchise, that he's kind of like, it's whatever. But it's always fun to see him nevertheless. And the fact that, he had nostalgia bait in here from Walter Peck. I love it. Somebody in the crowd called him Douglas. I was like, all I could do was crack up laughing, because I was like, it's Walter Pecker. Like, my name is Peck. And it's like, how the hell did he become mayor? So I was like, he was EPA inspector, and then he becomes mayor. And I was like, how does that even transpire? Like, I'm like, I was an inspector, and it's like, oh yeah, I can run for mayor. And I was like, that's not how it goes. But it was just basically nostalgia bait for him to bring him back. As far as Ganaka or Gaka, or like the horned frozen god, like, I like the horror aspects of him, especially when he was putting his horns on. I was like, yeah, he looks really menacing. Like, he looks really menacing. But the fact that they were able to like knock him out like relatively quick at the end, and I was kind of like, dang, that's a poor setup. Oh boy, from the Eternals, for him to be in the Fire Master, and I was like, this doesn't work for me. Some of the jokes land, some of them, a lot of them didn't, and just comedic timing, that type of thing. I was kind of like, you're not really needed. Wolfbane is also a character. It was like, it wasn't needed. When he saw the black girl that, was working in Winston Zeddemor's lab, that didn't need to be in there. But, it was cool to see Slimer. And you had to go throw Slimer in it just for a quick second, 2 scenes. And then even the scientist that was working in Winston's thing, I was kind of like, if you would have touched that ball, I was thinking that his hand should have been like ripped off because it was frozen solid. Like, you should have had like some type of frostbite or something like that for touching that ball. But other than that, I give the movie a solid 7 out of 10. not the best. I feel like this would be the last installment for all ranking of all 4 movies. That this will be the last one. You know, this will be the last one. I feel like Ghostbusters will always be the standard number 1, number 2. So it really flows like how it is. Like number 1 is the always all time. Number 2, then number 3, and then this one. You know, I'm like, and I would stick the cartoon series between 2 and 3, just for nostalgia purposes. And that's kind of how I'll rank the Ghostbuster movies. A lot of people saying it's Ghostbusters 5, and I'm like, this is Ghostbusters 4. I'm like, you know, but it could tell probably at the end, even with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, the little ones, I was like, they're not really, you know, a big deal in here. And I'm just telling myself, I'm like, you just want to put them in just because they look cute. Okay. And the fact that they kept doing it at the end, so it kind of, you know, alludes to you're going to have a Ghostbusters 5 movie, I'm assuming. So that's cool. That's cool. But like I said, I give a solid 7 out of 10, like a regular B movie. You know, if I was Tyrone Magnus, it would be 3 out of 5 woos. You know, so I'm telling myself, I'm like, yeah. So you guys enjoyed my review of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Subscribe to my channel, post a comment down below, and like the video. It's your boy D Dyson. Peace.